Welcome to Three Takes. I'm Ishana.
I'm Minali.
I'm Mona.
Three women.
Three generations.
One family, unpacking the questions we all ask.
So girls, what's up? What's going on? What's new?
Well, maybe I can start because I had these really lofty goals today. I set my alarm to 5:30, thinking that I could get like a 30-minute run in before work and all this stuff. And then we basically stayed up till 10:30 last night just watching TV. And so I wasn't able to do it. So I hit my snooze.
Is 10:30 late for you?
Yeah, dude. 10:30 is late.
Okay. Continue.
I need like 8 hours of sleep, dude, to be a functioning human. But anyways, I tried waking up early to do this 30-minute run. It didn't end up happening. And I felt like crap throughout the whole day. So I was like, I just have to get some kind of workout in. So I came back from work and I did a 30-minute run on the treadmill. But I still feel like it wasn't enough. I don't know. I did a workout, but I didn't do a workout. Does that make sense?
No, so what do you mean? Like you already did 30 minutes treadmill. So what do you mean by you didn't feel like you did a workout?
Well, it wasn't like the sweat, like feeling like my muscles are aching type of workout. You know what I mean?
So you do you say that for you is the workout is unless you are like sweaty and this, like how do you even define this workout thing?
Well, I feel like that's what we should talk about further because for me, I'm still not over the fact that 10:30 is late for you, but I think you were anticipating blood, sweat, and tears in your workout. I think, Mama, you're a little shocked that that's not a workout. I'm still on the 10:30 train, so maybe we can dig a little bit deeper on what fitness really means to us, why we do it so much, and have further conversations about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of the reason why I'm just feeling gross, even though I did do 30 minutes of something, is that I just feel like this is such an extreme from last year. So throughout medical training and residency, like I realized how much of like physical fitness I was putting on the back burner. So then like last year, I made a goal for myself. I was like, I need to incorporate fitness back into my life because this is something that I have neglected. So basically, I came up with like the most ambitious thing that I could think of, which was train for an Ironman or a half Ironman. And so like that was basically a part-time job for me while I was like still in my last year of medical training as a resident. So I was putting in 8-10 hours easily, just doing, biking, swimming, running, all this stuff. And after the half Ironman, I then trained for a marathon. And then like after that, people were like, okay, so what's next? And the reality is I don't have anything or like a goal that I'm working towards when it comes to my fitness. Now I'm just like, if I can get a workout in, I get a workout in. And I think what I'm realizing this year is like my fitness again is like not becoming as much of a priority for me. And it's like something I can easily just go back to neglecting.
Like how Ishana's question is like, how do you even define fitness or how do you prioritize in such a busy schedule? So Minali, that goals you have like Ironman and marathon and all of them, they're like big ambitious goals. And I'm so proud of you that you did that because I know it's not easy to do that. But if you are so busy, you cannot always plan to do that. And you're saying this 30 minutes because you didn't sweat enough, that is not a workout. So how are we going to prioritize that?
I do agree with that a little bit in that, I mean, I also trained for the New York Marathon last year, and that was a very fun, achieving goal. But it was something, I think, when I was doing my internship this summer that I would have to wake up at 5 a.m., do these workouts. Friday nights, I couldn't really go out, couldn't drink because I had to train the next day. But crossing that finish line and that sense of achievement on something that was so challenging, I think creates this continued crave that I want to have. So even today, when I was running outside, I was like, what am I achieving towards? And I'm wondering, I think for me, I was a competitive tennis player. And so I was always competing and there was matches, there was medals at stake. So I think for me, it's also a mindset of I want to win or cross the finish line or achieve something when I'm training for something.
I think that makes a lot of sense, honestly. I mean, I was a tennis player too. I would say I was like very mediocre, like not your level competitively, but Like, I think having something like structured to work towards, because like, why else would you wake up early on a Saturday doing long runs if you didn't have like a marathon, unless you just have that much self-discipline, like, which I don't. I think that's maybe what's my challenge. And the reality is I can't give that time this year. I just can't, you know, with my work obligations and like even like personal life, like while Rahul and I are like figuring out like next steps in our career, because we're almost done with our training, like I just don't think I have the time that I did last year. And I don't know, Mama, you've obviously like raised a family and like, you know, had kids and we're really busy. We're still working. So I don't know. What do you think about this? How do you fit it in?
So, you know, what I think is growing up for me, this fitness was a integrated part of me. Like, you know, I biked to the school, or when I came back from the school, I went to playground. I just went to the park in our neighborhood. I played with my friends, like whether they were playing cricket or they were playing badminton or just running around chasing everyone. So I just went ahead and did that. So for me, that was a fitness, right? So I didn't have to make extra effort, and I absolutely loved it because it was outdoor and do things with friends, and sometimes other people join in the park. But I think as the life changed and I went into different life stages, I have to make an intentional effort for the fitness. And to me, fitness is any physical activities which gives me energy, and you know, I feel good, my mood is good, I feel energy, and with my good mood and energy, there is a good effect around me also. So to me, that is a fitness. It doesn't have to be this big goal. So if you remember, Minali, when you both did a dance class, I will drop Ishana and we will go to YMCA close by, and I will do the Pilates class with you there, right? So to me, that was a fitness. So you try to use the time. Or when we were waiting for, you know, something, we will walk around in the parking lot, taking a couple of small walks around that cul-de-sac. So to me, that was a fitness that time, because that was the only time I could have taken out for the fitness.
Yeah, so it seems like me and Dada, or my sister Minali, are both thinking that for us, we've equated fitness towards we're going to compete, we're going to do something. Mama also brought up a good point where the way her childhood was, right, is play was such a part of growing up. And I think for us, we had that as well, but we also grew up in this age of digital phones. I remember getting my first phone. And I think as I've even seen younger cousins and younger people, to carve out fitness and play is part of a schedule. It's not integrated into our day-to-day lives.
No, that's such a good point, Ishana, because Mama, remind me, because you said just as part of your daily commute to school, like how much would you have to bike? Like every single day?
Oh, yeah. It was probably 6-7 miles one way.
Yeah.
And right.
Yes.
That's insane, right? Like I can't even think about like biking that much on a daily commute for school.
Yeah. And for all you listeners, if you were to see my mom in person, she's the most flexible person out of all of us, and can also sit crisscross applesauce longer than any of us. So clearly the way that your upbringing was with fitness has been successful compared to us running a marathon and having a lot of inflexibility.
I mean, part of it, Mama, do you think was like moving like here to the US? Do you think there's just some differences in the lifestyle here that like make it so much harder? Like Ishana says, like we have to quote like schedule in fitness and movement.
Yeah, first of all, Ishana just said that I'm very flexible, but I will tell you, when the first time when I went for ski, which I started in my mid or early 40s, and my ski instructor told me, looks like you have never played any sport, because I was not able to balance it. So maybe the biking did help me, but I was not as, definitely not played sport in a formal way, right? But so definitely a ski instructor clearly reminded me that you have to work on your sports ability. But I do agree with you, Minali, coming back to your question about, so I think there is a different lifestyle. I grew up in India, but things have changed over there. But when I was there walking, like, my mom will say, go to the grocery store, bring that. Or my grandmother, I will walk with to, get for alteration. So we will walk. Walking and biking was so much part of it. When I came here, everything we were driving, right? So that already automatically took away the fitness, what I was used to. So then I have to make an intentional effort. And I remember when I joined with Papa with, the YMCA, I hated
Papa's
that.
our dad, by the way.
Yeah. When I joined, the YMCA, I did not like to do the workouts because I thought it was so much structure. Now, absolutely loved it. I'm a big fan of classes and all of that. But that time I thought, oh my gosh, you have to sign up for 5 to 6 class. You have to do this. Fitness should be more fun. So that was different. So as the life become busier, as the new technology made things easier, it has made things harder for some of the things, and fitness happened to be that, because you'd have to carve out the separate time. And as the life get complicated, the different stages of life, you have to remember that you have to make an intentionally effort that you don't forget fitness, because if you don't do fitness, you're not going to feel good and energy about yourself, then it will have that
Yeah,
effect,
just to hone in on that point, I think it would be cool if we could all talk about why it is so important to us. Clearly, in our conversations, it's something we've prioritized, whether it's been through formal training or more leisure integrated into our childhood. But for all of us in different career paths, different personal lives, different ages, why is that something that is a priority for us? What does it do for us?
I can speak for myself. Personally, I think it would be so hypocritical for me, like as a physician, to counsel patients to get regular exercise if I don't do it myself, right? Mm-hmm. So like a standard piece of counseling, I tell almost like every new migraine patient that comes into my clinic, I say like from a physical activity standpoint, we recommend like what the normal cardiology recommendations are, which is to get at least 150 minutes of like moderate to high intensity cardio a week. And so that's like roughly 2.5 hours. And I mean, that not only has just like health benefits, like preventing strokes, preventing heart attacks, like preventing like any kind of chronic condition, or even like helping mitigate the chronic condition if you have one. I think the mental health benefits are numerous. I mean, I can speak for myself. Like when I do not work out, like I feel it. I struggle to get through the day at times. Like I feel lethargic. And that's why actually like it makes a difference for me if I work out in the morning versus if I work out in the afternoon. I have so much more energy to get through my day if I do it first thing in the morning. What do you think, Mama?
Yeah, so for me, I think when I realized that fitness is an extra effort, initially I struggled. Like I did sometimes, I did not. And I was like, but soon I realized that it is really affecting my mood, my energy. So then I made a priority. But also with the work, I was early stage of my, building my career. I have a young children. So definitely I could not devote that time, which I wanted to. So what I did, for me, it was a mindset change. I have to see, okay, if you get 20 minutes walk, that's a workout. And, once I changed that it doesn't have to be 1.5 hour, 1 hour workout. It can be 15 minutes walk. It can be, going for a class for 30 minutes or whatever I need to do. I think definitely made a difference in my energy level and in my mood, and I think I'm a pretty big advocate that fitness should be integrated part of your life, because I see that, as you get elderly, when I see my mom now, or you're both grandmothers, because they were so active in their early age, they can still function. I struggle much more than my mom does even now. So if I don't make a fitness a priority, forget about even now, even my future looks, I'm worried about that too. So I think it is intentional effort.
I think what fitness has done for me and why I prioritize it is more of actually the mental health benefits I've found from it. I'm someone that can get anxious or just can get frazzled very easily, even with this technology issue that was happening before this. So I was definitely getting frazzled. But I think for me, especially with running and just being outside and fitness, it gives me those few moments in the day where I can actually think about anything and just let those thoughts continue without feeling the need to solve them or to ruminate on them. And I think when I come back, yes, I physically feel a lot better, but it almost feels like mentally there's been this weight lifted off my shoulder because I let out everything that I was feeling internally. And so I think that's just something I like to do as a routine now every day because I enjoy that feeling.
I feel like you were really diligent about working out, even with like such a busy consulting internship. So how did you do that?
I think it's a bit of discipline, but also communicating with my manager and my team that this is something that is very important to me, because I think for some people, right, meditation is what their form of fitness or mental health is. Taking a pottery class, like those are all ways to release what's going on internally. And so it was two things. One, it was if I was traveling, which I was during the week, I would wake up at 5 a.m. and do my runs. And yes, maybe I felt a little bit tired, but for me to not do the workout, I would have not been productive in my internship. And then also it was just communicating with my manager, like, hey, I'm training for this marathon. This is a priority of mine, so I might show up a few minutes late here and there. I might need to step out for a little bit. And I think that was something she was okay with that as well.
That's really nice that you had like a very understanding manager.
I think, though, as I am about to graduate from NYU in my MBA, then to your point, get back into the world of consulting, which is a more full-time job, I do think I need a little bit of a mindset shift of, okay, I'm not going to be able to run for an hour or do weights for an hour every single day. I think to what Mama was talking about when she was starting her career and raising us, even getting a little bit in is something. So I'm curious from your guys' perspective, who have very busy lives as well, what can I do to take those mini steps to be a little bit more flexible in how I incorporate fitness into my daily life?
I do make goals, but I also know that if it doesn't happen, even if you do some percentage of that, that is great. So for example, if I typically like to do at least out of 7 days, like if I can do 5 times fitness, that's excellent. It makes me feel really good and all of them. But there are many times during my really busy schedules, I was able to get sometimes 2 times, sometimes 3 times, sometimes 1 time. So rather than saying, oh my gosh, I only got 1 time, I will tell myself that at least I got 1 time. Okay, next time, doesn't matter how I'm going to do the second time. And now what happened is that I'm able to figure it out 5 times a week because I'm okay that I do like 1 hour, but today I might be able to do only 20 minutes. So what you have to do, you have to be kind of flexible to that. Like, once the disappointment comes when you say, okay, I'm going to do today, let's say mobility. Today I'm going to do cardio. Today I'm going to do this. Each of them 1 hour. And that doesn't happen. Then you bring disappointments to yourself. I think, okay, maybe I really love to do outdoor things, but if it's raining, so well, I just have to use something inside, So today I had a really long client meeting. So maybe I have to cut down, shorten my workout. So I think you have to adopt and be flexible with that.
That kind of reminds me, like, when people say like they're making New Year's resolutions and they have a laundry list of things that they're going to get done, and then people inevitably get disappointed because they don't hit every single goal that they have. And it's much better to have like 2 or 3 resolutions as opposed to 10. But I think like part of it too, like for somebody who who wants to get started on fitness and like doesn't have any like concept of how to begin, like one piece of advice that I actually heard from somebody, like when I was talking about like wanting to do marathon and more long distance running, and like these were things that I did not do. And like same thing with like swimming for the Ironman. Like I think I did neighborhood swim team like maybe once as a kid in elementary school, but I never did it after that.
We dropped out of that real quick.
Right. But like what they were saying and like what my coach for like the Ironman like also taught me was like you start with baby steps, right? So like even getting like 15 minutes of a swim in is fine. And you're not like testing yourself. You're not racing yourself for time or anything like that. It's just to get it done, right? Or same thing with like running. Go on a power walk for 15 minutes or 20 minutes and like slowly you'll build up both in terms of like endurance and like the timing, and then also like maybe changing that power walk to a run or a sprint, right? So I think it is like baby steps in terms of even like getting started on fitness. I've kind of regressed. Like I've been the opposite where like I was very extreme with like, the Ironman training, and now I'm like doing the bare minimum. But I think to, Mama's point, that should be good enough. And I think it just kind of comes down to a mind shift,
and
mindset shift.
And I think also it's really good to talk this openly with your friends and colleagues and all of that, because the encouragement, the support system is also important. So for me, I can tell you, like, you guys, Minali, Ishana, you both have been a really role model when it came to fitness. I think for me, when fitness, as I was saying, initially it might be just 20 minutes walk or just like, doing a little bit here and there. But you guys really made me think about it. Okay, I have to incorporate weights. I have to do stretching. I have to do mobility. I have to do the cardio strength. I need to take care of my upper body, lower body. So even when I was doing it, now I do a lot more intentionally because you guys have inspired me. And I see that you guys are a lot more busier than I am right now. But if you guys can take the time, I have absolutely no excuse to do it. So you guys, one of them. Then there is a group of people in Charlotte who really encourage the running and walking group. So that particular community has also inspired me to do that because, one time all of those groups, we did a half marathon walking. So can you imagine somebody who has never walked 2 or 3 miles? Now they are doing half a marathon walking and then running. So I think you also want to surround yourself who can really encourage the fitness. And I think I make an intentional effort now to be surrounded with people who really help me to push those things. And you are 2 of them, definitely one of them.
I completely agree. I think that both you and me also live in cities that are also very inspiring. Me being in New York, you being in Boston. I mean, the Boston Marathon was just, a few days ago.
Yeah.
And I feel like when I was there last year, it's just so inspiring to be in that community. So I think even when we were training for the things, even when I'm just out and about on my run this morning, it's very cool to have people alongside, even strangers and friends, cheer you on because fitness is hard at the end of the day. Even if it's 20 minutes walk, still being grateful that we have the ability to walk. And so that in itself is a big accomplishment.
Yeah. Like speaking of kind of having a community or like working out with other people, how often / how much do you guys work out with your significant others?
Who wants to? I feel like we all took a deep breath for some reason. I can go. I'll take that one. So my fiance and I would say we train for New York together, and currently the way that our schedules are, we do have very similar workout styles and patterns. By no means are our speeds or our strengths the same, but we will start runs together or go to the gym together and do our own thing. And I think that for us is also one, having an accountability partner is if I see my fiance going to work out, I'm like, okay, I can do this as well. And then it's fun afterwards to eat dinner together and then eat cookie dough because we already worked out. So I would say we do work out together.
So for me, I can say that many things I started with my husband Manoj, so we started our meditation together and the walk together and all of that. But now we do on our own because I'm a morning person. He takes his own time with the coffee and tea and the workout. And I'm like, I want to get it done. I want to feel good. I want to start early. So we do a lot of things together, but there are many things, we do separate.
Because Papa's obsessed with pickleball too.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah, it's like so funny because Rahul and I, like when we got married almost 2.5-ish years now, which is kind of insane. Like we were our worst at our weddings. Like we were absolute heathens, like eating and drinking. And it was just like gross. Like at our honeymoons, we were our absolute worst. We were like very motivated at the time. We were like, we have to make a change. Let's sign up for like a fitness course together. And so we signed up for this fitness course called like 6 months to six pack, which was going to be like this online course where we did workouts together like at least 4 times a week. And it was mostly strength based. Do you know how many times we actually ended up working out together?
How many times?
Probably not a lot.
Maybe 4?
Yeah, even less than that. We did it one time together. And we were just like, this is not working for us. And I think similarly, like we were both in training, our schedules were incredibly like not flexible. And I don't even think like the type of workout where it was like an online thing, like telling us what to do was the best format for either of us. So after that, we haven't really worked out together. It's more of just like, okay, when we work out, we work out. And it's like our own individual thing. And kind of like what you were saying, Ishana, like I also do use that time during my workout to just it's almost like a meditative practice
Yeah.
in some ways, like just to reflect without judgment.
Yeah.
So like it would be nice to have an accountability partner, but I think just the reality for us is that it's an individual thing.
I really don't have to have a walking buddy or running buddy and all of that. I do not have any issue. I enjoy doing workout by myself as much as if somebody is with me.
But I do think like having someone is also encouraging and motivating.
Yes,
like I
yes.
think you have established yourself so well in fitness that like for you that can also be your time to just be on your own. But I think for a lot of people, especially if you're training for something or it's a new activity, having someone there is supportive as well. So I think it depends.
I agree with you. And actually, that's how I started. Because there was a community, the support system. It took me long to be on by myself.
Yeah. Okay, I have a few questions and you guys can only respond one word answers.
Oh my
And
God,
it's
this is like a
all-
rapid fire.
It's all about fitness. I'll respond too, but okay. If there was any new sport or hobby that requires your physical body, what would it be?
Racquetball or squash. Like I've always thought that was really fun. It's a racket, so it's similar to tennis, but I think I would like to try that.
Cool.
I think for me, pickleball. I think I want to try
Oh.
that.
I feel like that's very doable because you have someone who you sometimes work out with who can help you with that.
Yeah.
I think for me it would be swimming, only because I think it is such a great
that's
workout. I think it's a big skill everyone should know, and I think it's strength, it's cardio, it's all the above. Music or no music when you're working out?
Yes, this is such a good question, and for me, it's very dependent on the context.
Okay.
So if I need to get like a quick run in, and if I need to distract myself while doing it, I will listen to music and podcasts. But if it's like longer runs, or like even during my Ironman training, you're not allowed to listen to anything like in those races. What I end up doing is like for like 10 miles or so, I won't listen to anything. I'll actually like have songs in my head. But I won't actually play them on my phone, or I'll just like think about something else. But yeah, for longer endurance training, I try to have some of that time with no music.
So again, just like how Minali said, mine is also not in yes or no. So when I started, I usually do not listen to the music because I start in the morning. I like to listen to the bird sound or just look around and, listen to those sounds. But I think sometimes when I'm not in a mood and I'm just pushing myself to do that, I will listen to the music or a podcast.
So much for us like keeping this one word, but
Yeah, I was gonna say I strictly said that, but I had a feeling that was not gonna work out. But mine would also be it depends. Like today I went on a run, no music because it was the first nice warm day in New York. But other times, if I just want to lock in, I'll put music in. To that point, is there any song when you are listening to music that's your go-to hype up song? I feel like my mom's laughing because I feel like I know what she's gonna say.
No, so I think I don't have in particular songs. I think some of the songs which I send you guys, but
they're
I'm
like
not gonna-
bhajans and prayers that she sends us. Like they're not actual hype music. For me, let's see. I really like Hugel, he's like a DJ, and I might butcher this name, but there's a song called like Patadas de Ahogado. I think it's what it's called. I'm really sorry if I said it completely
Okay, this
wrong.
seems like a bad question because everyone's responses are just like, Okay, what about podcasts? Is there a podcast you enjoy listening to when working out? Mine is Call Her Daddy.
Yeah, I know that you.
Same is for mine.
You listen to Call Her
Really?
Daddy?
Yeah. What? Why? Why do you think that I cannot listen to that?
Name like 2 episodes.
Why? This is a check. This is
And you can't
doubting.
pull out your phone and check.
This is a mom check.
I thought you liked the Michelle Obama podcast.
Yes, I do, but I want to show you that it is right there in mine, so you believe it. Minali,
I cannot
which is
believe
yours?
it.
I know. I'm going to show you right now.
I like Hidden Brain. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I feel like we're done with the questions.
Okay. Takeaways. Should we go into takeaways from this conversation?
I want to still, ask you, like, as your
Oh, wow.
schedule-
Okay. I was going to end it, but I guess
No,
not.
as your schedule get busy, how are you going to prioritize the fitness?
I think for me, that's actually not to also make it a takeaway, but I think it is actually what I've learned in this conversation is it's a change of mindset in terms of I do not need to be sweating my ass off in order for that to be a big successful workout. If I can walk for 20 minutes, that still increases my mental health, my positivity. Even just with the weather getting warmer, I've already felt that. So I think it's one, just being a little bit more flexible on what fitness means to me and incorporate it when I need to. And so I think that's what I'm planning on doing.
Yeah, and I think it's even like what you were saying, Mama, as part of having that flexible mindset, it's not just like how long you are doing the workouts, but like what kind of workouts you are doing. So for example, like walking in a commute, or even like what you were saying, right? It's like when you were balancing, like dropping me and Ishana off to extracurriculars, like going around in a parking lot or like trying to fit in a Pilates class. I mean, in my mind, I'm thinking like I could probably just pull up a YouTube video, right? Like while I'm like doing something else, like listening to a podcast or like trying to, you know, even like watch a video related to work, I could follow along on a YouTube workout.
So for me, actually, I absolutely loved that idea about the YouTube workout. I think it will give me the flexibility to do it anywhere. Right now, I do like the structure more classes or, do outdoor. But I think more adopting on the YouTube or internet and just do at home when it is not feasible to do somewhere else. So I think I'm going to adopt a little bit of a YouTube one exercise.
Thanks for joining us on Free Takes. If something we shared sparked a new thought or opened up a convo with someone you love, we'd love to hear about it. DM us on Instagram at 3.takes, email us at connect@3takes.com, or visit us at www.3takes.com. And if this episode meant something to you, share it with another mother, daughter, or sister in your life. It's how we grow and how the stories keep moving.